The problem with life is we only live it once, so we can't know anything about the alternative paths we could have taken, and we can't use any of that to make better decisions because we only get one shot. So it's hard to know what you're supposed to do. So I'm Salim Reshimwala, occasionally Kid Ethnic online, and I make videos, music videos, documentaries, short films, and all kinds of crazy stuff. In high school, I was often the ethnic kid. I definitely felt like more outsider. There was a time when I was at 4 schools in like just over 2 years, right? I remember the last school I was at, like this girl came up to me and she was like, I have a question. The clothes you wear, were they cool where you came from? And I was like, I don't know. like I really remember, in retrospect, I stood out a lot. But I also kind of like embraced being unusual. When I was a kid, there's a tape somewhere at my house, and it's Weird Max Radio was a fake radio station where I'd be like, this is Salim Reshimwala from Weird Max Radio. We're really weird. And like, it did seem like thematically I was like embracing being strange from a really young age. I just kind of flipped it as a joke and made this name Kid Ethnic. And I think it does actually keep me a little on edge in a good way. If somebody's like, oh, check out my work, kidethnic.com, and they go there and it's like a bunch of super boring corporate video, it doesn't really match up, right? When I'm faced with two things, like what's the most interesting of the two? When I was faced with sticking with my job or flying around the world, filming rappers and beat makers, that tool definitely leads you in one of those two directions, and that's flying around the world, filming rappers and beat makers. Tell the hustlers you can make it here. It wasn't like, okay, I am naming myself a company that I will still be called when I'm 40. Like, that was nowhere in my mind. My personal take is that I've been very lucky in a lot of things. I think most of us underestimate the role of luck in our lives. I mean, obviously being mixed race is much more normal in 2019 than it was in, when I was born in 1978. I think it's going to be a factor in my son's life. I mean, his name is Raheem Yoshito Reshimwala. My other son is Javid Akiyoshi Reshimwala. I was working a gig, and a guy next to me gave me the advice of turning everything into a project. And so that's something I do a lot of. My son came home from school and had asked my wife to cut his hair. He had this super Japanese style haircut where you have, like, when you're a little kid, sometimes you have long hair that's almost like sideburns here. And she was like, oh, it looks cool, right? And he was like, yeah, the boy in my class said I'd look more American if I cut my hair on the sides, Your haircut doesn't make you not American or American, and that looking Japanese doesn't make you not American or American. And I actually started writing a project called American Hair based on it. Jimi Hendrix, great American hair, fantastic American hair. Then they'll just go through like shouting out different people's names. I had someone say once that I should change my name, that, I should try to not let folks know that I wasn't white until as late in the process as possible. I was like, no, I'm gonna call my company Kid Ethnic. And if you're racist, you're not gonna work with me, and you're gonna know you don't wanna work with me, and I'm not gonna have to deal with you.